Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today I have a special video for you guys. I'm going to be giving my predictions for each major NFL award. That includes MVP, Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, and Coach of the Year. So starting off with the MVP award, which everyone has a lot to say about this one. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are both well deserving of this award, but I'm going to have to give it to Tom Brady here. He just had an unbelievable season that you can't really put aside. Man had 5,316 passing yards with a 67.5 completion percentage, 43 touchdowns, and just 12 interceptions, with a QBR of 68.5. Brady once again led the Bucs to another playoff berth for the second year in a row, winning the AFC South and helping the Bucs achieve a 13-4 record. This season, Brady led the NFL in completions, attempts, yards, touchdowns, yards per game, and passing first downs. So to me, even though Rodgers had another incredible season, I just cannot put him above Tom Brady. Next up is Offensive Rookie of the Year. This one is definitely not as close to the MVP race, but I gotta say, it's definitely not a no-brainer. I'm gonna have to give this one to Ja'Marr Chase. Ja'Marr Chase had an unbelievable season, leading the AFC in receiving yards and receiving TDs. Not only that, but he set the record for the most receiving yards out of any Bengals player in history with 1,455 yards, as well as 81 receptions and 13 touchdowns on top of that. His most notable game was January 2nd against Kansas City, where the Bengals took that one 34-31, where Ja'Marr caught 3 touchdowns with 266 yards with a 91.7 catch percentage. I just think Ja'Marr Chase is having an unbelievable season, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's going to do in the playoffs. Next up is Defensive Player of the Year. This one was also a no-brainer. Micah Parsons had one of the best rookie defensive seasons of all time, with 13 sacks, 64 solo tackles, 84 combined tackles, as well as 20 tackles for loss. Parsons played 16 games this season, and in those 16 games, he also managed to get 30 QB hits, which is unbelievable. Patrick Surtain also had a great season, but still doesn't come close to the season Micah Parsons had for the Cowboys. One of Micah's biggest games this season was against the Broncos in Week 9, where he recorded 2.5 sacks, 8 solo tackles, 2 combined tackles, as well as 3 tackles for loss. Parsons had 3 forced fumbles on the year, as well as 3 interceptions. Parsons had one unbelievable season, and I'm very excited to see what he's going to do in the playoffs as well. Next up is Offensive Player of the Year. And for this one, I'm going to have to give it to Cooper Kupp. I know Jonathan Taylor also had an unbelievable season, but Cooper Kupp had one of the best receiving seasons of all time, as well as one of the best offensive seasons of all time. So going to have to give it to him here. He had the triple crown with 145 receptions, 1,947 yards, and 16 touchdowns. At age 28, Cooper Kupp had 848 yards after catch, as well as a drop percentage of just 4.2. Kupp had one unbelievable season that really contributed to the Rams' playoff run. It's definitely going to be hard to repeat this one. For Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going to have to give it to TJ Watt here. There's really no other answer in my opinion. Watt led the league in sacks, as well as setting the single season all-time sack record to tie Michael Strahan with 22.5 sacks. He was tied 5th in forced fumbles, 5 forced fumbles. Watt had 48 solo tackles, as well as 3 fumbles recovered, not to mention 39 QB hits this season. TJ Watt's the clear answer here for me. Once again, just my opinion, but I think TJ Watt is the clear answer here. For Comeback Player of the Year, I'm going to have to give this one to Joe Burrow. I know it's been really close between Dak Prescott and Nick Bosa, but Joe Burrow had an amazing season. After tearing his ACL last year and being carted off the field, Burrow put an incredible sophomore season up, leading the Bengals to the playoffs. Burrow threw for 4,611 yards on 520 attempts with 366 completions, as well as 34 touchdowns. The Bengals offense was no joke this year, and you can definitely credit that to Joe Burrow and Ja'Marr Chase, as well as Joe Mixon. While I don't think the Bengals are going to get too far in the playoffs this year in that AFC conference, I do think that Joe Burrow definitely is deserving of this award. He really had to overcome a tough obstacle with that ACL injury, and I'm glad that he had the season that he did, and I think that this Bengals team is going to be dangerous for years to come. So the last award I have is Coach of the Year. I'm going to have to give this one to Mike Vrabel. Vrabel had one of the most amazing seasons considering the offensive weapons he had. Derrick Henry went out early in the season, and Vrabel still managed to lead the Titans to a 12-5 record. Not to mention giving the Titans the #1 seed in the AFC, which is not easy to do. The Titans put up 24.6 points per game, as well as only allowing 20.8 points to opponents. They scored 48 touchdowns, 362 first downs, as well as having a 33-minute, 20-second time of possession. Vrabel has really turned this Titans team around over the past few years, and I think that they can really make a run in this season's playoffs. So hopefully Vrabel can get this award. I think that he deserves it, and I think that the Titans are going to be pretty dangerous this year. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.